We're joined by phone this morning by Mr. Rick Pate, who's a candidate for Commissioner of Agriculture and Industries. And Rick, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy Dale. Good to talk to you.
It's good talking to you, too. Tell us a little bit about Rick Pate and why your candidacy for Commissioner of Agriculture and Industries.
Well, the main reason is I'm the only farmer in the race. Of course, I got an ag degree from Auburn and had actually an ornamental horticulture and had a landscape business the last 36 years, worked all over the state, and actually still do. Got roughly 25 employees, give or take one, and have 60 head of cattle. Grew up in a rural community not too far from Talladega, sort of Lowndes County, town of Lounsboro. It's right west of Montgomery, between Montgomery and Selma, and then, of course, spent the last 13 years while running 60 head of cattle and running a business, a multi-million-dollar annual business, being mayor of the town of Lounsboro. And so, you know, along with raising two boys and getting the youngest one out of college and doing all those things you do, serving as president of Rotary, but I've gotten some things behind me. Like I said, the business has kind of gotten to be old hat to me. And I've got a guy helping me with the cows, and I just felt the real need to serve. I understand ag business, agribusiness. My dad had been president of the Cattlemen's Association back in the late 70s, and so John McMillan, that couldn't run again, is a friend of mine, and I got approached about doing it and then talked to John, and he just really encouraged me to go for it. That's what we did.
Well, was it kind of a surprise that you stepped into the political arena to you?
Well, you know, not as much as I'm not a politician like some of the people, you know. What about politics? Been in Montgomery 44 years, but yeah, I've been mayor. I was on the town council for 8 years before that. I mean, I've gotten a 20-year service, my 20-year service period for the League of Municipalities. So it's not like that. And then also, I've been real involved with the Republican Party. My mother actually ran for Alabama House in 1966 as a Republican with myself and my four siblings, all under the age of 13. And so we've always cared deeply about politics, and I serve on the state Republican Executive Committee and serve as co-chair in Lowndes County. So I don't think, you know, it's not that big a step for me. I think we need more business people and folks to step forward and start participating, and rather than just let the same old people do it decade after decade.
Rick Pate, candidate for Commissioner of Agriculture and Industries in the Republican ticket in the May 5th primary, or June 5th primary coming up in less than a month. What comes under the umbrella of the Commissioner of Agriculture and Industries, and what do you actually do?
Well, I think people would be surprised, Jim Dale. It's really got a lot of regulatory function to it. You know, really anything that's weighed or measured almost in the state falls under the regulation of the Alabama Department of Agriculture. You know, because people know that you're charged with make sure the gas pumps give you a gallon of gas if they charge you for a gallon, but scales at the grocery store, you know, if a sack of seed says it's, Bermuda grass, that, you know, it'll have a tag on there that says it's so much percent Bermuda grass and it's got such germination rate. And we'd be the ones that come to, if there was a problem, you put it out. We've got a lab that we can germinate the seeds and see if they did meet the requirements on the bag. So, but my role really, you know, there's good people working there. They've been cut from 400 employees to 300 employees, and their appropriation to the general fund has been cut from about 17 million to, I don't know, 7 or 8 if you don't count pass-through money. But so one of my main roles is going to be to try to promote agriculture and try to increase the exports.
How important, Rick, is farming and agriculture, not to the state of Alabama only, but to our country?
Well, I feel like I might have. I didn't send you that question. That's a perfect question. Yeah, of course, it's a $70 billion business in Alabama. Ag, forestry, and the industries go with it, employing close to 600,000 people. But you're exactly right. Just to America, I mean, agriculture is a real strength as far as the import-export exchange. You know, we're a net exporter. So, yeah, and we could feed more people. You know, there was a UN report of, I think it was in 2009, said needed to double food production by 2050. But and we could do that. But, yeah, it's governments and politicians, and they create all the barriers to making that happen.
I know you got a busy schedule. Thank you for taking a few minutes with us this morning. Your schedule going to permit you to be in Sylacauga tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's been a busy 4 or 5 days. You know, it's like a blur. I had 2 meetings on Saturday. I had a meet and greet in Chilton County Sunday. Monday I was in Winston County. Actually in Fort Payne today. I spoke last night at their meeting, and I'm headed to Huntsville in about 45 minutes. And after a stop in Jackson County to meet with a goat farmer up there, I'll head home tomorrow night, sleep in my bed tomorrow night, and then head back to Talladega on Thursday. Finally
this morning, Rick Pate is our guest this morning, candidate for Commissioner of Agriculture and Industries on the Republican ticket in the June 5th primary. Rick, take 30 seconds or so and share with people why they should consider you on June the 5th.
Well, one thing I want to make sure I get out is my mother was from Anniston, and my family really roots to go to Talladega County in that Mumford area. And so I consider that sort of a home to me, even though my dad's family's from Lowndes County. But, I'm the only farmer in the race. I'm the only businessman in the race. I just think those are things we need and have been sorely missing. And, of course, I'm a true Republican. I've been a Republican my whole life.
Rick Pate, our guest this morning. Rick, thanks so much for taking the time to visit with us, and good luck. Hope to see you tomorrow night.
I do too, Jimmy Dale. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Rick Pate, candidate for Commissioner of Agriculture and Industries in the Republican primary coming up on June the 5th.